Hello, it's Mr. Price, and this is the video on the Year 8 Unit 7 on percentage change. This one is all about using percentage of amounts and some percentage expressions, and this homework you may now start to use a calculator, so we are focusing mainly on the calculator techniques. Let's go through the first 4 questions. So, question 1 is asking us for 5% of £32. Okay, so now as we are allowed to use a calculator, we know that 5% as a decimal is 0.05. Okay, I got this by doing 5 divided by 100, because percent sign means divide by 100. So I get 0.05. Of means times £32. On my calculator, I just type that in, and I get the answer of 8 over 5, which I can convert to 1.6 using the SD button. So I get 1.6. Now remember, this is money, so that's £1.6, and I don't like to write it like this. In money, I must always have a second decimal place. That means £1.60. Let's look at the next question. 42% of £15.20. £15.20. Okay, so 42% as a decimal is 0.42. Of means multiply. £15.20. If I pop that on my calculator, so 0.42 multiplied by £15.20 become 6.384. Okay, now because this is still money, I can't have 3 decimal places. Okay, so that's going to become £6.38, because it's closer to 8p than it is to 9p. So £6.38. Okay, let's look at the next question, question 3. Now, 17.5% used to be the old amount that VAT was. It's higher than that now. I believe it's 20% at the moment at the time of making this video. But back a few years ago, it used to be 17.5%. So we're going to work out how much VAT, in old VAT, we would have worked out on this product, £38.99. Just going to zoom out a little bit because it's a little bit too small. Okay, so first things first, I made that into a decimal by dividing by 100, so that's 0.175 multiplied by 38.99. Okay, and on my calculator, this gives me 6.82325, and because this is money, this will be £6 and 82p, because it's closer to 2 pence than it is to 3 pence. Okay, final question. I want to find 10.3% of 15.6% of £50. Okay, so exactly the same thing. I'm going to turn this into a decimal. 0.103 multiplied by, this is a decimal, 0.156 times by £50. Okay, so this on my calculator is 0.103 times 0.156 times 50. It's going to be a fairly small number. Turns out to be 0.8034. So it turns out this is only 80 pence. And that's the first 4 questions done. Okay, now let's move on to section 2. Okay, so I get 12 marks in the test. The test was out of 20. Calculate the percentage. Well, I'm going to write this as a fraction. So that's 12 out of 20. Okay, if I do that as a division sum, so 12 divided by 20 turns this into a decimal. So that's the same as 0.6. So if I multiply this by 100, I'll turn that into a percentage, and that becomes 60%. Okay, so all I did was 12 divided by 20 to get 0.6, and then multiplied that by 100 to get 60%. Question 2. In a shop, I've got an offer of buy 2 get 1 free. Calculate the percentage off of each item. Okay, so here, okay, it helps visualize it if I call the amount £1. So let's say the product was £1. Okay, if I bought 2, I'd get 1 free. That would normally mean that it would cost me £3 to get that item. Okay, so my total cost would have been out of 3. And if I get 1 free, I'm going to get £1 off. So my saving is 1 out of 3, or 1/3. So that's a 1/3 saving. So now just turn 1/3 into a percentage by doing 1 divided by 3 times 100. So that becomes a 33.3 recurring % saving. Okay. If I show it very quickly with a bar model, okay, I buy 3 products, I get 1 free, so this as a fraction is 1 out of 3. So it's 1/3, which is 33.3%. That's how I did that question. This thing that's highlighted is the saving. That's because it asked for the saving. Okay. The next question I'm going to do on the sheets. So, it's asking me for the percentage shaded. So it's a bit difficult to see on the picture, on the video. So there's the amount that's shaded. Now I can move this red piece and put it at the bottom here. And I can see this is clearly 1 out of 5. Because it's 1 whole piece shaded out of 5 in total. So I'm going to just turn it into a percentage by doing 1 divided by 5 times 100. And you get the answer of 20%. Okay, and now finally, the 4th question. There's a number of ways you could do this. This is definitely an extension question, so do not worry if you're having trouble with this question. Okay, so firstly, let's deal with this piece here that I've highlighted. Okay, as you can see, each piece is a third, like so. Okay, so if I look at my third, this diagonal line is going from one corner to the other. So in other words, this point here is a third of the whole of the shape going vertically. So using a ruler, which I don't have, so I'm going to use a straight edge here. I'm going to cut my shape through here. I'm going to do the same thing through this point of intersection here. Okay, and now it's much easier to count. So this third has been split into 3 more pieces, so each of these is a 1/9. And this 1/9 has been cut in half, so each of these is an 1/18. Okay, so now I just want to add 1/9 to 1/18. Well, I know 1/9 is 2/18, so I just got to do 2/18 plus 1/18, which gives me 3/18. Okay, and that simplifies by dividing 3 top and bottom. So I get 1/6. So it's the 6th of the shape shaded. As always, if you need any help, come see me in class. And I hope you did that well. Well done.